All right, Spirit Radio, Dan Style. Dan would be me. That's right. This is my first show, so it's going to be kind of interesting. I've been talking about doing this for an extended period of time. I want to say eons. I don't really know how long that is, frankly. It's probably a long time. But I've been talking for quite a while, actually, about doing this. Even even got a good musician friend of mine to kick me down a better microphone than the crappy one I had. So I am trying to step up to the plate, and my whole big issue at first was trying to come up with a first show. First show seems to be the trickiest one for me. I think after this, I'm gonna have all the kinks worked out. Maybe just start to improve on the whole process. But first show is a little tricky, and I've got to actually say thank you. And she's going to be listening at some point. Probably one of the two people that will listen. But Kim, I want to thank you. You've been that vision in my head that's been pushing me to do this. She's one of the people I've talked to a lot about this, and then Emily. There's one other person. That's the one. And both these people have played a huge role in me actually just pushing forward and doing this. So I got to keep this short and sweet, 15 minutes. For anyone that actually knows me as a person here, which, it is what it is. Keeping anything short and sweet with me is borderline impossible. In fact, you should talk to my managers at my current job. It's kind of almost a joke. If you want to derail a meeting, just invite me, because I ask a lot of questions. I'm curious about a lot of things, and I don't hesitate to ask. If it's a big group meeting, I'm not that bad, but whatever the case is. So anywho, first show, as I said, this one's kind of going to be titled, I believe, we're going to see how this all works out, but Follow Your Feelings. And there's a reason why I'm kind of going with this. I think this is a really good fundamental start. And the reason I'm calling this show Spirit Radio Dan Style is that's really what my intentions are. It's one, meant to help me progress, frankly. I'm sharing this stuff because I wish to become better at this. I don't really know the right way to say that. More aware of the intricacies of living life. And I very much enjoy helping other people see things. So it is my intention to try to pass some of these things along. I used to do radio in the past, and so it's also a reason to try to get back into this, to do recordings. In fact, I've got a very good friend, Jeff, who is... him and I are probably going to get down to do some radio at some point. I just think it's a good idea. I think both him and I would be very, very good at this, and we're, in fact, kind of both really spiritual people. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out in the big picture. So to get to the nuts and bolts of this whole story, following your feelings. Now, I want to plug the website where I got this message, and I will probably be sharing a few of the websites throughout some of these posts. I don't know what we call this, the YouTubes. And they're some of them, I'm going to wait to share because I kind of they're very special to me, and I don't know how much attention I want to get to them. I'm sure the people that have these sites and the 5 viewers that I'm going to have would love to get those extra 5 hits. So that'll probably happen down the road, but this one's actually very cool. I've been following this site for, I don't know, about 5 years, maybe-ish, around there, probably. It's www.matthewbooks.com, front whack, Matthew's Message. It's matthewbooks.com. It'll get you in there, and Matthew's Message is just the monthly updates. And they put one out for the new flight, the Malaysian Flight 370 thing. I don't know if any of you are out there. I haven't read that yet, frankly. The one I read and am doing this on was from March 3rd. And there was a couple really key things that I kind of wanted to bring up that really caught my attention. I think this is why I'm making a point to share these. So, hence why I'm calling this Follow Your Feelings. There are really a number of places in our lives where we really need to learn how to do this. And I think a lot of people are like, well, how do I know? How do I know I'm on the right path? How do I know I'm listening to my soul? How do I know I'm following my life contract? I don't know. You can call it whatever you want. But really, that's one of the big questions that we ask ourselves. How can we be aware of that? And maybe what are a couple tools that we can use to get ourselves in a place where we feel a little better about trusting our higher selves, our intuition, our inner voice, if you will. For me, it's certainly more of a voice. Some of you might be more pictures, might be more of a mental thing. might be a feeling, could be a combination of these things. For me, it tends to kind of be words. Sometimes I can even hear it in the individual's voice, like their tone, like it sounds like them. I've never been as much of a visual person, so frankly, whenever visual things happen to me, I always kind of freak out, freak out in a good way, trip out. I enjoy it. I think it's really cool. It doesn't happen that often, so I'm always very curious about these things when they do happen. So anyway, one of the things that I got from this message, and it's rather long, so I just pulled a couple little snippets out, but one of them that was really important is a good tool to try to find out if we've got a question in front of us, or is this person right for me? Is this a good business idea? Should I buy this car? I don't know. Do my hands smell funny? Whatever the case is, whatever your question is, and it can be anything. It can be really, truly anything. Do these shoes look good on me? I don't know. Do these shorts make me look fat? Whatever the case is. And again, I'm sort of trying to throw some humor at this because, well, that's kind of who I am. And then two, I want this to be fun because that's really what it needs to be. It's fun. It's an exploration. You're learning. And so have fun with it. Don't be so rigid. I've definitely known spiritual people in the past, teachers I've had, very rigid people, very, I don't know, it's just very black and white. Like, you must do this or you can't be spiritual. And it's like, you know what? I'm not like that at all. I don't believe that for half a second. I had to work through all those things, developing myself. So I'm trying to share with you the best I can. So take this for what it is. If you like it and somehow you found this video / audio, okay. If you like it, cool. Hopefully there's more. Planning on doing more of this. So again, if you found this, groovy. If not, well, it doesn't matter, right? Because you're not listening. That's how that works. So one of the easy ways to do it, and this is I thought was very, very cool. Matthew, a very good guy. Just to give you a quick skinny as I run out of time. So this will be really, really cool. The first one's going to be a bomb. Matthew is an individual that died when he was, I don't know his exact age. I want to say he was like a freshman in high school or somewhere around there. And his mother's been channeling him ever since. Now, he died back in the 70s or something like that. He's been on the other side for quite a while. And his mother is really cool and translates, talks to, channels him on a monthly basis, and tends to try to deal with stuff that is current. Oh, he died in 1980. There we go, April 17th. If I'd look at the website right here in front of me, I would probably have been able to tell you that. So she channels him, and there's a lot of really, really cool stuff. And frankly, from what I understand, like 91-ish, really this world started taking a very major turn for the better. I mean, there's a number of different beings from other areas of the cosmos that are very involved with our development, and so we're really moving along. We've got a lot of friends helping us. There's a huge number of people that have incarnated, have been walk-ins, and these are terms that you can look up or I might do shows on at some point. But there's a lot of people here right now to help. And this is a huge time, and I like to think I'm one of them. Not really sure if I am. I'd like to think I am. I am. I try to help people, and it seems to work out. So I think I'm a little too modest for my own good sometimes, but I really think humble pie is a good thing. And whenever I get outside of humble pie, I tend to get slapped in the face pretty hard by life. So, I try to keep it real. So anyway, back to full circle because I'm wasting time. How do we know if the choices we're making are the right choices? How can we identify that? So really, one of the key things, and it's really simple, it really truly is, get yourself to a place where you can just kind of be chill and quiet for a moment. And, shut your eyes or stare at something, whatever works for you. But ask the question. Ask your higher self. Ask your master teacher. Ask your angels. Ask God. Ask Jesus. Ask Allah. Ask whatever works for you. Whoever you believe is there to help. I like to personally think it's more of from our higher selves, from within ourselves, not some power outside of ourselves. I even have issues right now with the whole angels thing, but I know they're there to help. But I believe it's coming through my higher self, and I really, really try to keep it in that regard. And certainly my higher self knows me knows what I'm here to do, knows my life contract very well. So I believe that's usually kind of for me, a good way to go. But what works for you is what works for you. Jesus, God, Allah, other things that I don't think I can say. So yeah, whatever works for you. But ask the question. Ask out loud. Hold the thought. Is so and so good for me? Is she a good choice? This is really kind of what I was using it for, frankly, because there's someone I'm very fond of, and I've been working through this confusing time. And so I was kind of trying to figure out, is this individual the right person for me? I mean, when I think about it and feel about it, I love her all just amazingly. Like it's a really an amazing kind of feeling, one that I can say that I have not felt for years. So I spent some time with the question and sort of shut my eyes and sort of tried to see where it went. Now, one of the things that you'll notice is you'll either feel better about it, or positive thoughts will come, or you'll feel stronger about it, or the opposite. You'll start to have regrets, you'll question it, it won't seem right. Again, this comes down to kind of meditation, so like fundamental meditation. If you haven't ever done that before, that's probably a good starting point, is to get a little more comfortable with just stilling your mind, letting the thoughts come to you, letting them be there. And you can work your way through this. It's not terribly difficult, but you do kind of have to still the mind a little bit. You can't, if you're coming from a place in fear, I'm scared I'm wrong, I'm scared. You're going to have a hard time doing this at first, because those feelings will come through. So you really need to kind of just still your mind, meditate on this question, and see how you feel. If it starts to feel good, you're on the right path. You're doing well. These are the follow your feelings kind of ideas. If it starts to feel awkward, if it starts to feel bad, if you start to, see issues with it, or challenges or struggles, or it just doesn't feel right, like the more time you spend with it, the more, I just don't think I should be doing this, that's your answer. It's really that simple. I'm running out of time here, so I know I'm trying to just get this down to the nitty-gritty, if you will. But really try to spend some time with yourself. Spend some time with the question you have. Work through it, and give yourself a chance with it. It's practice. It's an issue of doing practice. This is something I've been working with for months and years, really. But this particular step of it is slightly newer. And again, I'm trying to share with you a really cool website that hopefully you find some neat information. And again, also, just this is my opportunity to get my first show out there. And I've been telling people I was going to do this. This is definitely not my best work, but I think it's going to work into other things. So again, we're sticking with a very, very simple concept: following your feelings, going within, asking the questions, and seeing how you feel about it. That's where you're going to see the answers. One of the coolest things about the spiritual path is you will never be able to prove it to anybody. You will never, ever be able to go, so-and-so, here's my proof that what I'm talking about is legitimate. No. You will only be able to prove it to yourself. You will never, ever, ever be able to prove it to another. So it's very, very important that you understand that. This is about you understanding your path. Your path is different than anyone else's. Your path is the direction you're going. You're listening to your higher self. You're listening to your inner voice, and it'll lead you. It doesn't necessarily have to be right, as long as it's leading you in the correct direction. I've had stuff told to me by myself that ended up not being right, but had I not made the choice, had I not made the decision to follow that, I would not have ended up where I was supposed to be, and that is the key part. I did learn later down the road what the truth was, but my understanding of it pushed me in a direction that was perfect for what I was trying to do. So sometimes if we're not, 100% solid on what we're reading on the inside, just paying attention to your feelings still is going to take you in a good direction. We just have to learn to trust it. And that's really the important part of this whole thing. So I don't know. First show, hopefully you like it. Hopefully I got some other ones by the time you find this, because this is kind of, but whatever. But this is Spirit Radio Dan style. I appreciate anything you got. Shoot me comments, all that good stuff. and we'll work through this. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it. Bye.